Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Meadows Radio. I am Mama D, your host. My show is called A Conversation with Friends because I believe everyone is a friend we have yet to meet. This show is where you get to know new friends or get reacquainted with old friends. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Hey everybody, welcome to another Sunday night, and my guest tonight is Rochel Marie Lawson. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you, and that's not an easy thing to do because you do a lot. So so you get to choose what you want people to know about you.
Okay, so I'm Rochel Marie Lawson, and I'm known as the Queen of Feeling Fabulous. I am a successful entrepreneur for 30 years. I have two businesses. One I've actually had for 30 years that has allowed me to achieve the status of being a top 50 women owned business in Silicon Valley for many consecutive years. And then my second business, because I just didn't have enough to do with the first business.
Yeah.
A second business I've had for 12 years, and it is creating your dream life. It's a dream lifestyle business, and we focus on wellness, wisdom or mindset, and wealth in elevating, building, and sustaining all of those so that you can step into living the life of your dreams. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I could go on longer and longer and longer, but let me just wrap it up for you.
we'll get into it. Yes. Okay. So when did you start? Like you said, you have, like you said, two businesses, but the businesses are not small. They have a lot of things going for them. So when did you first your first business? When did you first start it?
I started my first business when I was 22 years old because I had just graduated from college with my second degree, an electrical engineering degree, and I could not get hired as an electrical engineer in Silicon Valley.
Why?
I was female. I was not the right ethnicity, and it was the 80s. And so I interviewed with every large corporation in Silicon Valley, and I was told that I would be working around men that were my father's age. And so they could figure out how to make them comfortable, they would not call me back until then. Well, I never got the call, and so I started my own business, and that business is still around today, 30 years later, and it's still very successful.
Very cool. Well, as for the reasons that they gave you, that's I'm going to be polite about it. That's BS. But but like you said, that was back in the 80s. I know that there still are issues today with everything that's going on in the states. We see it, and for those people who don't see it, smack. Sorry, that's my viewpoint on all the stuff that's going on. So we won't discuss that. Um, so okay, so wellness, wisdom, and wealth.
Yes.
Three titles in what would be your second business, your second child. Tell us a little bit about the wellness part.
So, with wellness, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 30 years as well, and I'm a holistic nurse practitioner. And so, I know the value of health and well being. And as we're experiencing in this day and age right now, if you
Yep.
do not know or recognize the value of your health and well being, then this is definitely a wake up call. So, I know the value of health and well being. My background with nursing is emergency room trauma. So I saw the good, the bad, and the very extremely ugly of what
Mhm.
can happen when we don't value our health and well-being. And I've actually had the privilege of taking care of a very instrumental gentleman. Actually, I'm using his device right now to do this with you, but
Cool.
um, uh, before he passed away, and he was one that got it, but he got it a little too late. And he said he would give me all his money if uh, if he could be as healthy and well as I was at that time I was taking care of him. And so, a lot of times people discount their health and well-being. And in order to be able to live any type of life you dream of, You have to have the health and well-being in your mind, body, and spirit to be able to do that. Without health and well-being, doesn't matter how much money you have. You cannot live
Exactly.
your dream. So that is a number one priority in helping, in me helping people to step into living the life of their dreams and realizing what that entails.
So if somebody comes to you and says, I want I want what you have. I want to be healthy. I want to be the best me. What is the first step?
Well, the first step is I like to say we have a nice chat, because
Mm,
I need to have a conversation with them, with the person, and get really down some into some good layers beneath the surface as to really what they want to do, what their real true, not necessarily agenda, but what their real true direction is with regards to whatever area they want to improve. And I actually dig into really what are the areas that they want to improve um,
right.
in their life. And when it comes to their health and well-being, what areas do they want to improve? What are they looking to do? And are they looking for a quick fix, or if they're looking for something that is sustainable, that they can do and that they won't have to think about doing anymore because it becomes an automatic way of life for them. So
Yeah,
the
it
first
becomes a
thing is,
lifestyle.
yes, we have a conversation and we get real deep in the conversation, because you have to identify stuff. So it's an
Yeah,
assessment, an identification, and it's them telling me what they want, not me telling them. A lot of
yeah,
times when you have these things that happen, people that you get dictated to on the next question. For me, it's I let them dictate what they want to talk about, because by allowing a person to really talk, you allow them to peel some layers away, and you get at the heart and soul of what they really want to do. Say, for instance, I'm going to give an example. I want to lose 30 pounds. Well, why do you want to lose 30 pounds? Well, because I want to look good. I want my clothes to fit better. You know, when I was in high school, I was this size or that size or whatever, and I want to get back to that. Okay. Well, you allow that person to continue talking. You ask pointed questions. What it really is you might get down to, well, you know, I'm my health and my, you know, I'm pre-diabetic, and you know, I'm looking around and I'm seeing my family members having medical issues because of this. Or,
hmm,
you know, my man wants me to be 30 pounds. Well, if it's something that is not something you really want,
yeah,
it'll work. So this is part of that, you know, assessment, identifying and allowing the individual to talk, because then you get at the heart and soul of what they really, why they really want to accomplish something and what they really want to do. And it may
right,
not always be what they tell you in the from the very get-go. It could be something completely,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's a lot of people forget that when whether we're talking to you or talking to somebody else, the most important thing is to figure out what we want, and figuring that out is putting yourself first. And a lot of people, especially even now, when we have unfortunately have all that time on our hands, when the shutdown happened and everybody was like, "Da, da, da, da," they still didn't put themselves first. Now I've been there, done that, and sometimes still do that, you know. But what is if somebody wants to, okay, like you said, lose 30 pounds. I think I got that I call that my COVID tummy. It's mixed with chocolate.
The
But
corn
I'm a
did the meat.
chocoholic. You know, for me, chocolate is my addiction. It's just like I can't. You know, but I found out it's making it. I have a reaction to it now, so I have to slow down on the chocolate.
Slow
Aside
down
from
on
my
the road.
tummy growing, aside from my tummy growing, I have rosacea, so all here goes bright red, and I look like, as I say, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's my little wake up call because it smacks. Stop eating so much daggone sugar. It's like, okay, fine. So if somebody says that they want to lose the weight for themselves because to make them felt, well, try that one again, make themselves feel better, make themselves healthier, what would be, like again, what would be the first step that they would have to take?
So the first step, of course, I would, very, very, very first step on anything with dealing with anybody's health and well-being is that they make sure they discuss stuff with their primary care provider, aka their doctor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, and then once that's all good to go, then we have to break down the layers of toxicity that inhabits our mind and our bodies. So
Chocolate.
I generally recommend a detoxification process, because I want to be able to start on a clean slate, so
Yeah.
to speak, for the person, get them get them I don't want to say diagnose, but get them assessed for what their body type is.
Right.
Very first thing is I'm going to assess you for your body type after we discover what it is you want to do, what you want to accomplish.
Chunky.
So you're going to get assessed for your body type, or as we
Mm-hmm.
call it in Ayurveda, your dosha type. And it's unique to you. No one else in the world has your unique body type or dosha type. Even identical twins don't have the same body type. Okay. So we
It's
figure
true.
out what your body type is. Then we get you set up for detoxification that's going to work to help balance your body type, so to speak, work to help balance things out to make it more smooth and even, get rid of excess toxins that may have been building up so that you can start with a more clean slate to build up your health and well-being. Then once that is completed, in the process of you doing the detoxification, and the detoxification I do can be from you eating some foods that are naturally detoxifying and
Mm-hmm.
cleansing that way, to something that's very deep, where it's a little bit more intense, but it's very deep and it goes very deep into the tissue, and it's a longer period of time. So something is starting as small as 7 days all the way up to 30 days are the different detoxification processes that I have to work with my clients. So once they detoxify, they get on a eating program that is specifically designed for them to eat the foods that help to keep their body in balance.
Yeah.
Oh, now, while we're working on the body, we're also working on the mind, because you got to have
Mm-hmm.
health and well-being and balance within your mind as well. And you also have a what I call an emotional element, your mind type. And sometimes mind type and your body type might be a little different, completely different, but it's the essence of creating balance and harmony in both of those areas that will allow you to accomplish your goals.
Okay. So is it when you say the mind type and the body type, it's like for me in my head, I'm back when I was like, we'll say 21, 22, but my body is saying, you're going to be 59 next week, darling. Don't even joke around.
No, not necessarily. So I'm gonna put it in the context for me. So with regards to the body type, let me just get quick and dirty about just a real brief about the body types. There's three different main body types in
Okay.
Ayurveda. There is Vata, which is full of air and ether, so quality like airy ether qualities. There's
Mm-hmm.
Pitta, which is full of fire, very transformative but very full of fire. And then there's Kapha, which is full of earth and water qualities, of earth and water, so very stable, stagnant, very effervescent in form, but can be very stability, stand still in grounding. Okay.
Okay.
So this is main. So you got air and ether, one body type. You got fire, another, and then you got earth and water. Okay. Air and ether people are generally thin, long. They're long, lean, kind of thin, wiry, airy people. They have thin hair, small eyes, thin noses, thin lips, these little ears, stuff like that. Um, the fiery people are usually medium body stature. They tan very easily. They don't burn. They have medium eyes, nice medium sized lips. They're a little bit more muscular type. I would say the in between. And then
Okay.
the hair is usually medium. Sometimes it can be some kind of not on the verge of coarse, but it's not thin.
Right.
Usually have darker eyes, darker features. Period.
Okay.
And then the third body type, which is earth and water, are bigger boned people. They have more stability. They're big eyes, beautiful full lips, bigger ears. More meat, so to speak. Bigger bones. They are when you think of our sturdy, stable people. So
Okay.
I'll give you an example body type of these gals. So you've got example body type for Vata would be somebody like a Paris Hilton.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think our body type was the first one is Dave Price in our chat room. He's a very thin gentleman, and he says his body type is lean. So I would put him in the first category.
Yeah. And then the second body type, let me go. And then the third body type, I want you to think of someone like Serena Williams.
Okay.
Okay. You know, rock hard, luscious body,
Yeah.
but just and
She's
then
solid.
yeah, just solid. And then the middle body type, I'm gonna say would be someone like I don't know why these women popping up in my head, but they are. But someone like a Rihanna
Okay,
or
right.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, and I'm thinking, I can do the guys too, but for the ladies, it's just like, you got long and lean Paris, you got nice and thick and just robust Serena Williams, and then
Yep.
you got the two ladies, Rihanna or Beyonce, in the middle of both of that with the qualities of both, right?
Right.
So those are the three body types. Now the mind type is the same. You got the mind qualities of air and ether. So they're all, these people are creative, they're artistic. But they're kind of more, I want to say, like the ADD people. They go from one thing to the next. They're just all over, but they're really creative. Just very the airhead type of people. That's probably not a nice connotation, but the people that are really up in their head, very
Okay.
artsy, creative, effervescing, flowing, changing, going from one thing to the other, not really following through sometimes on things.
Okay.
But very, very, very joyful to have, because they keep things moving. They change things up all the time. They're
It's
always
not Onyx. It's Gigi. Sorry. They heard the yelp. See, everybody's used to Onyx coming on camera, so they heard the yelp and they thought it was Onyx. But sorry, guys. But today I'm babysitting. This is my grand fur baby, Gigi. Say hi, Gigi. Okay.
cute, cute. And then the fiery body type, excuse me,
Hmm.
fire mind types, or people that they're your leaders. They are generally the CEOs of the corporation. If you give them a task, they're going to make sure that task gets done appropriately. They are uh, the transcendence. Like the Vata people would be maybe visionaries.
Okay.
The fire people would be the people that take that vision and make that vision a reality. Okay,
Okay.
they're the workers. They're going to make stuff happen. On the other aspect, though, they are the people that are going to go. They're quick temper. They're the transformation. They're the transformative people. So they're going to do make stuff happen. You can count on them. They're leaders, true, just natural born leaders. But they are going to be the ones that have that quick temper. They go from 0 to 100
Ooh,
real
you
quick.
you have just
You know what
described
I mean?
my co-host on Thursday nights, Gina. That's you.
Exactly. Exactly. And then the last mind type is the earth and water people. And again, more stable. They're very methodical. If you have a task that you want to get done, they're going to make sure. These are the behind the scenes magnificent people that, you got the visionary on stage, you got the that's the air person, you got the person running the things in the middle, and then you got the person behind the scenes, which are the earth and water people. They're stable, they're good, they're methodical, they're going to make sure the processes get done. They're very diligent, they're very trustworthy, loyal, honest. The
Yeah.
problem is when they get overwhelmed or when they're out of balance, they become stuck. They become lethargic, melancholy. It's really hard for them to move. And so when you think about that mindset, you want to think about when there's no water on the earth, or where there's no
Hmm.
water in the earth, things get stuck hard and they don't move. And that's what happens when they get out of balance. The fiery people, when you think of a fire, when it's out of balance, it starts raging out of control. Think of the fires we've had in California. And then
Yeah.
the air people, you think of I want to say like a windstorm coming through. When they're out of control, it's just a windstorm. They're all over the place and there's
Right.
no sense of direction. So
Okay.
yeah, so the two of those can be completely different, or they can be the same. The process of figuring out your body type and your mindset type helps you to really curtail a wellness program, or any type wellness, wealth, or wisdom program that's going to be curtailed to how your mind, your body works, so
Right.
that things can be done successfully. So if you have a fiery mindset, but your body type is more earth and water, well, we got to get these two in balance, talking to each other, so that the transcending of progress
Right.
happen in a very systematic, efficient, and actually very easy, successful manner. It's when you figure that out, then things become real simplified. But when you don't know, you're trying this, you're doing this, and everything works for a little while, but nothing stays because it's not gelling with, the mind and the body, so to speak.
Yeah. Now, can somebody be like you were saying, the second mindset and the third mindset? Gina says she's OCD. She likes it. She's methodical about doing things, but you give her a task and she will. You say like she puts together events on paranormal, and she yes Gigi, and she can get it done. If you want anything done, Gina can do it. But she also thinks that she own, she's like follow the she's OCD. But can somebody be a little bit of both or have like some
Yes.
qualities of the other one?
Yes, yes. So here's the beautiful thing about it. I just gave generalizations of the three major
Right,
types for the mind and the body. But to be honest, we are all comprised, most of our are comprised with at least two and sometimes three of those different body types.
right,
It's the one that's the predominant one that's going to show up the first. And it's the predominant one that's going to be showing up when if things are out of balance. That's the one that's going to act up. That's the one
yeah,
that's going to be showing off.
yeah.
The secondary
Gina,
one will be out
fire
of
all the
balance.
way.
Yeah, yes, you can have one, two, or all three of those elements with you that make up the unique you, and
Yeah.
in different compositions. So yes.
Okay, Gina's like, makes sense. Yeah, trust me, I know her well enough now. It's fire all the way. Because when she gets angry, she's like a spark in a room full of powder. Boom! Watch out, people. I kind of
Right?
duck.
Yeah, that firestorm is no longer contained, but it's spewing.
hmm Exactly. She was like the California fires when somebody ticks her off. She's like,
Yeah.
that's it, no more. And okay, Gigi, I love you too, but she's more into the camera than I am. Okay.
Oh, the baby.
She was because she's missing her mom. Her mom had to go out and do some things. Okay, so um, wisdom and health are the next two.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start. Sorry, wisdom and wealth. Sorry. So wisdom. Now, some people like. For me, I know. For me, I know what I like. I know what I. For example, the creative part of me. It's up here. I can't actually do half the creative stuff that I think of. Whereas Gina can do everything. I'm going to compare to Gina because for all the people in the chat room, I know her well enough to know that she can do. So the mind, the wisdom part, how does that work in with the body types and the mind types?
Your body type, your doshas are discovered, and we begin working with them. The wisdom part comes into working specifically with how your dosha works, or
Okay,
it's all about mindset. It's
right.
really strictly all about mind. It has nothing to do with what's going on with your body. So we focus on working out things with regards to how your mind is going to be most receptive to receiving them. And
Okay,
it's working with your mind element. For instance, the fiery type of people, or as we call them, pitta doshas, they are the type of people that like to receive everything. Give me all of the information right now. I want
mm-hmm.
it all. If it's 25 steps, I want all 25 steps right now. I want you to give me as much as possible. And if you don't do that, they kind of get like bent out of shape a bit. Um,
Yeah,
the problem is that they get all this information, and because they're transformative, what happens is they start doing it and becomes overwhelming. It's like poof, it burns up. They just burn it
okay,
up, and then they stop and they don't make any progress. So with them, you have to be specific in giving them one task with regards to mindset changing, one task to work on, and allow them to see the changes manifest and to see them be successful with it so that they can continue down the path.
okay,
Now, they will be extremely pissed off that you're giving them one task at a time. But as they get to be successful by the third task, as they get to being successful and seeing how it's working, they're a
mm-hmm.
lot more receptive. And then at that time, you can say, okay, I've given you 3 or 4 tasks, one at a time. Let's try 2 at a time now.
Okay. See, I
So
think that would be me. You can't give me everything, even though I'd like to know everything to do it, but I know myself I can't do it that way. It's like give me step one, step two. Once I've done it the first time and I've completed, then I can do it again. I won't have
right.
to be, re-educated. But yeah, I understand that part.
Yeah. And then So that's why it's like working with the mind. Once you discover what type of mind type is, then everything that you work to transform a behavior, to transform someone's way of thinking, to transform how they lead, or how they dream, or how they implement, or how they take action. It all has it becomes much easier when you know their mind type, because then you
Right.
can give them the information. It's like, like the puppy. You know what the puppy likes to eat. Your baby, you hold in your grandbaby, you hold it in his mama gave you specific instructions on what to feed that baby, right? What to
Yeah.
feed, right? So you know specifically what she needs to eat. Now, what if mom would have left and didn't give you any food or any specific instructions or anything, and you just
Mhm.
said, well, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna get this. Well, you give it to her and she likes it, but then she starts throwing up or having diarrhea. It's not right for her. Then you go and get something else, and she
Yeah.
got a little better, but now she's farting or whatever. She's
Gee, don't
then
you
she goes
fall.
the third time, ain't it right, that you get
Right.
the but you see how that works. It's the same thing with the mind. If we don't take if we don't know how we work in our mind, and believe it or not, a lot of people don't know. If you don't know
Yeah.
how you respond, if you don't know how it works, then sometimes changing a behavior that is not beneficial to you succeeding or accomplishing that life of your dreams is going to be extremely difficult,
Right.
and sometimes impossible. You just, but when you know how it works, it's like trying to figure out the jigsaw puzzle. Once you put it together once, it's easier to do it again and again and again and again, so you could just do it. No, you know what I'm saying? Same thing
Yeah.
with working with your mind and your mind type, your emotional element.
Okay. Gina in the chat room, that's the only thing I didn't get was she wants to know what your website is. She'll also put the link into our chat rooms, which will be good. Do you have a website?
Yes, my website is Blissful Living, the number 4 and the letter U.com. And I say go there. If you want to get some speak, because we're talking about this right now, I have a free gift. If you go to Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com, do a / and then type in body type, it'll pop up to the free body type quiz, dosha quiz. And you can find out what your dosha, your body type is right now, and you can get some free gifts that go along with particularly what you should be eating to nourish and get your body type as balanced and as healthy as possible, as we transcend further into our fall and winter season, and pretty much keep your immune system operating really, really optimal.
Is this it? blissfulliving4u.com.
Yes.
Ta-da! Thank you, Gina. So, okay, just wait till the end of the show, guys. Okay. There's an okay. While we're doing that, you also oops, wrong button. So, if people want to get a hold of you on Facebook, that's Rochel Lawson.
Yes.
On Twitter and Instagram, follow her, check her out, listen to the stuff. We spoke way back in, I don't remember when. I think it was like March the first time we spoke, and I followed her. And even if you only just something pops up into your timeline, trust me, you get some interesting information. Excuse me, can we stop growling? Thank you very much. And we also have your email address, which is info@blissfulliving number 4 the letter U.com. So check that one out. And you also have, make sure I get all this going. You also have a podcast. So people, go check it out. Again, Blissful Living for You, the number 4, the letter U, lowercase, .com /podcast. So I'm sure on the website you'll find where it says podcast. Go check her out, give her a listen, and if you don't, I'll kick your butts. I'm so.
You have to do it because Mama D says you have to.
That's
do
right.
it.
When Mama D says she's gonna kick your butt, ask Gina. She does everything I say. Not behind my back, maybe. Okay. Okay. All right. It says we have some questions here, so I'm going to try and get to them, and which probably with my luck will go back over what we've already said. But too bad. You say there are six. Okay, there are 16 principles that you use to be fierce, fearless, unstoppable, and you can share with. Can you share with us some of the principles?
Yeah. I would love to. So part of my mission in life is to help women um, discover being discover how to be fierce, fearless, and unstoppable. Turn their passion into purpose, and that into profit. And
Mm,
so these are principles that I have utilized. Um, Probably I started gathering these probably when I was a teenage. I want to say probably, yeah, before I want to say at the age of 10, when I started running track and field and I was running the 400, learning how to run the 400 meters. And one of my coaches instilled, or gave me some of these principles. And as I went through life, um, I started analyzing the things that I did and I eventually wrote them down and captured them and realized this is what has led me to a lot of the success that I've had. And I've had a lot of success. I've been very blessed and I'm very, very grateful for the blessings bestowed upon me. So the very first one is you have to have a burning desire. You have to figure out what you're passionate about.
mm,
If you don't figure out what you're passionate about, then you can't really go forth with anything else. So you
right.
have to have a burning desire. And these 16 principles can be applied to your wellness, your wisdom, or your wealth. So they really can be applied to any area of your life, whether it's your career, your profession, your relationships with the people you work with, your business partners, your husband or your children, or your mom, dad, external family members, um, to building your wealth and creating whatever you want in that area as well, to transforming your mind and knowing, believing, feeling, embracing, and exuding that you are fierce, fearless, and unstoppable no matter what. So it
Yeah,
has to start with a burning desire and passion. The next one I would like to share with you, and I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit, but the next
yeah.
one would be
That's the way we work.
imagination. So once you figure out or discover that you have a passion, you have to
Mm-hmm.
take that and imagine. Just go to imagining. Think about how when Walt Disney created Disneyland and Disney World,
Right.
it was all from imagination, things he
Mm,
imagined. And then he took it a step further. The next one is visualize. He visualized. So whatever he imagined and conjured up, he was dreaming about, he took it and visualized it and made it real by adding specific detail, color, the way things would look, um, the way the park would look, the way the park might be laid out, the characters in the cartoons, what they, he took it and added as much visualized detail to it as possible. Because when you do that, you can have a picture and it makes it real in your.
yeah.
Then you take that and you get clarity with that vision. So you take that vision and then you bring it to life by taking it from in here in your mind to putting it on a piece of paper. And from
Right.
that, you can take it and you can clarify specific details that you want to enhance with regards to what you visualize, right? And then another thing with regards to all of this, if this another step is, and this is probably step number 7-ish, is focus. We have to stay focused,
Yeah.
and when we stay focused on it, the more you focus on something, the more it focuses on you and the more laser focused you become on it. So if you've ever done that exercise where you see something and there's a picture, there's these dots and they're like, there's a picture in here, and you start looking at the picture, the more, at first you don't see any picture in the dot, but the
Right.
more you focus on that picture or those dots, the more that picture comes to life. And the longer you focus on it, the more detail of that picture that you're able to see. And it's the
Right.
same thing with whatever it is that you want to do and create success in your life. The more
Yeah.
you focus on it, the more laser sharp it becomes, and the more you're able to see it come to fruition. And also, you'll start experiencing opportunities that come into your life because now you've been focused and you have a vision of what you're looking for, what you want to achieve, what you want to accomplish. And when you're doing some of these things or all of these things, because it takes all of these and more,
Yeah.
um, then you're able to have whatever it is you want and you're able to really step into being fierce, fearless, and unstoppable.
I'm gonna be fierce with my painting.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, you can use the principles, and I don't know how many I spewed it out, but there is 16, and if you methodically work through them, the deeper you get, the more these principles actually touch on all aspects of wellness, wisdom, and wealth. And so, again, it's something that I discovered over my life. These were the 16 constant things that I realized I was doing in my life when I set out to do something and wanted to accomplish something, and was successful with it. And it was these 16 things starting at the age of 10. So I've been doing them for a long, 4 plus.
Just a few years, not long. 10 years
Yeah,
or so. There we go.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm only 29 in
That's
my mind,
right. That's right.
right? But
Uh,
yeah.
it's like,
And
well,
I
we
would
have
love to
three.
share
I always
more.
say to people, we have three ages. What we have in our mind, what our body is, and what our soul is. My mind, it depends on the day. It depends on my mood. My body is going to be 59, and my soul is ageless. I've been here forever, so just get used to me, or otherwise, too bad.
See,
Get out my way.
I am totally, totally like you. You are as young as you feel in mind, body, and spirit, right?
Oh yeah,
It's just,
exactly.
oh, hey,
I mean, there are times when you get up in the morning and you feel like you're 140,
ooh,
and
girl,
somebody
yeah.
had put. Do you remember the time you used to wake up without sound effects? Like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Yeah, no, it's been a long time since we made no sound effects. But
What? I was just having a conversation. It's like, how come when I get out of bed? How come when we get out of bed, it's like it's like, ooh, every step for like the first 10 steps, it's like everything needs to warm up. And when I was young, I remember hopping out of bed like no problem.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
The alarm would go
wake
off,
up with that.
phone would ring, your butt was out of bed like nobody's business.
Oh
Now
yeah,
it's like snooze.
exactly. Or let me warm up a bit. Let me take 10, 20 steps before I don't have any. Ooh, ah,
Exactly. Because the thing is, our bodies might give out in certain respects. They all do with a certain amount of aging.
right.
But for me, I have to keep my mind sharp. Otherwise, Onyx, will you hush? Onyx is on the other side doing his whiny thing.
Thought I heard him.
It's because Gigi's in his place. But if I let them go, there'll be a lot more whining.
I
Because, like I
bet.
said, little boy, little girl, no. Okay. Teresa Jones is in the chat room, and she says, Gina says, I'm fierce. Yeah, when you make me mad. Teresa said, this is so helpful because I've hit a mental and spiritual wall lately.
Oh, great, great! I'm
Yeah.
so glad to hear that. Yeah, if anybody's looking at this, they want to like dive, learn what all 16 steps in, because I could go over all 16, but you know, it would
We'd
take.
have a 2-hour show.
Yeah, but if anybody wants to know, feel free to send me an email at that email address, or just go to the website and you can do a contact form, I believe, and let me know. And definitely would love, love, love to help you, because this is what I'm all about. I want to help as many people as possible. I am
Yeah.
a nurse. I'm a healthcare professional. I'm a kick butt type of chick, business chick. I can take your business and take it to the stratosphere through the roof for you if that's what you want. I can do that with your health and well-being. But I am very passionate about helping others to be successful, whatever their capacity level is, whatever they want to do. I'm very passionate about that.
Yeah.
So if any of this is resonating, want to learn a little bit more,
There you
hit
go.
me up.
Teresa, hit her up. There's the email address there. Just let her know that you heard her on Conversation with Friends with Mom D. And then she'll be like, oh, okay, you were there. That was the crazy person I was talking to. Yes. But okay, we had to postpone our show one time because you were away at, oh God, what was it? You were on shoot, I forget, you were away somewhere doing a retreat. There's the word I'm looking for.
Okay,
So
yeah.
so you are, like I said, whenever we talk, whenever I see stuff on you, you are always busy. You never, like, so I can tell you this woman is like, she doesn't sit on her laurels, because you're always doing something, just like totally awesome. And
Thank you.
and it's and she doesn't sugarcoat stuff. because I've had a couple of conversations with her, and it's like she's nice, but when trust me, when she has something to say, she's gonna tell you. Unlike me, I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not,
true. That's true. You know,
because
I think
yeah, because
sometimes when
sometimes that's what we
you,
need.
yeah, sometimes when you sugarcoat it, the message that needs to get across doesn't get across. And I
Yeah.
like people to be that way with me. I mean, I've been that way since I was a little girl. Believe me, I got in a lot of trouble for being that type
Mm-hmm.
of person. But you know, fast forward in my adult life, it helped. There was times it helped me to be, you know, to stand my ground and be successful with regards to whatever I was trying to accomplish. So,
Okay.
you know, I learned how to utilize it in a more constructive manner, but definitely I always would say if you want to know the truth and you want to sugarcoat it, don't ask me because I say how it
Yeah,
comes out, right? Yeah.
exactly. And Teresa says she will be definitely getting a hold of you, and
Yay!
she is off because she's got to cook some food.
Yay!
Well, thanks for stopping in, Teresa, and make a plate for me, please. I'm hungry. I don't know what you're having, but I'm hungry. Okay. What do you think of the 16 principles? Here's my question. What is the most important principle of the 16?
The
If
most
somebody said just that, you have to choose one. Because I know you have like your top 7, but you've got to choose the first one, your first step. What is that going to be?
you have to discover what your burning desire is. It really does start with step number one or principle
Okay.
number one. You have to discover that because without discovering that, you're going along your path to bliss blindly, so to speak, and there's
Right.
no joy and fulfillment or sense of accomplishment in just going along to get along. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
discovering your burning desire, what you're passionate about, in stepping into doing that, owning that, realizing it, is the most important thing. Because once you have that, then you can build upon it. But without that, you have nothing to build upon. It's nothing. It's like
Right.
yeah, it's like air. It's there, but there's nothing to build upon, so to speak.
Okay. So you have to find your passion. I know what my passion is. My passion is I want to help people, and I
Exactly.
do it in many ways. But I need to focus. I need to get that focus on. I might be fierce, Gina, but I need to get that focus on. And I think I've sort of narrowed it down. I have my two top ways of working. So I'm like, but for me, it's like this show, and even the show that I do with Gina. We know that we're going to help at least one person. That's where our mind goes.
Mm-hmm.
One person is going to be helped. There might be a dozen people that get help, but our focus is one person because if it starts with one, then it's like a domino set. You help one person, it's that person will mention it to somebody else, and it might help them, or they might mention it to somebody else. So it's for me that's our focus.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Gina says you can't get anywhere if you don't know where you're going. Okay,
Exactly.
besides crazy, I'm going crazy. That's for sure.
Exactly. And the other thing is, you never know, like the information you're sharing, you never know who you may be helping that you never hear from or reach out. You know, you never know.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
it just the thought of coming from your heart to wanting to help people without even wanting really anything in return other than
No.
know that you help them is,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's just beautiful within
Yeah.
itself.
Well, that's where Angel Meadows came in. That is my dream is to create a place called Angel Meadows that is a place of healing and learning. And it's not just for people who can afford it, but people who need it,
Right.
and but I mean, I know, like I said, I dream big, but I have, like you said, I have to put it down on paper. So that's probably going to be the next thing I do. I have to sit there. Gina going to help me and design what I want because I have so many ideas running.
I'm gonna move in a minute because my battery is getting low, and I'm sorry
Oh, go plug it in. That's fine.
I didn't
We've
plan this
only,
right.
amazingly so, we only have 15 minutes left of the show.
I know it's like, oh my
It's gone
god,
so quickly. It's fast. Yeah, no, it's fine. Um, okay, can we stop kissing me on camera? Your mother will get jealous. So I'm making her a star now. Gigi's a star.
oh the baby.
Okay, let's see. Can you share an experience of how fearless and unstoppable has helped you to succeed in life?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, yes. Let me just. I'm gonna switch up a bit here. Oh. Um, hold on. Let me switch up a bit. I'm just gonna go in this other room. So how fierce, fearless, and unstoppable has helped me. First of all, when I first started my telecommunications installation company, remember I
Mm-hmm.
was 22 years old.
Right.
Um, I looked like I was 12. I really did. I
Oh,
was embarking in a male dominated, let me rephrase it, a white male dominated industry.
thank you. Yes.
Um, and I was playing in the world of the contractor world, which is, it's white, it's a white male owned dominant
Yeah.
area. So when I started diving into the specialty of telecommunications installation, I was told that they were not going to let me play in their world and they were not going to let me be successful and they were going to do anything possible to deter me from being successful because who do I think I am to come in playing in the big boys world?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just this little somebody's secretary. That's what I was told. I
Yeah.
was
Okay.
secretary. So I could have took that. I could have took that and been like, "Oh my God, poor me." You know what I'm going to do?
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was because I had been already doing this stuff since I was 10 years old. Um, what I did was like, "Oh, really?" In my mind, I said, "Watch me." And
Yeah.
so I went into my work mode of utilizing the principles of being fierce, fearless, and unstoppable. And my passion, my burning passion was not to show them up, but it
Mm-hmm.
was to make my company the most successful African American minority owned company in um, in the arena of telecommunications during that time. That was my goal. It had nothing
Right.
to do with, showing those guys up. And
Yeah.
because I
That was a
that
bonus.
yeah, because I knew I was passionate about doing
Yeah.
that because I wanted to make a name. I was all about women. So I wanted to make a name for women to these guys. That was my goal. Burning desire was to show these guys that, yeah, women can run businesses and we're doing it every day and we're playing in the boys' world. We're playing better than you. So watch out. And that
Yes.
was
Exactly.
one of my moments of being fierce, fearless, and unstoppable.
Yeah. Um, my co-host Gina in the chat room, she started her own business, which was dominated by men. She is what is she? She says she's a tool belt diva. She had her own. Oh, Gina put it in there, and she said she kicked butt. You give her a plan to do, and she can do it. You give her
Mm-hmm.
an idea, and she can build it. She was a decorator. She can build. She can do everything as far as I'm concerned.
She's fabulous. She's just another
She
fabulous
is,
queen, right?
she is, what is it? Fierce, fearless, and unstoppable. God help if you get into her way. It's not going to be good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate.
Interior designer and business carpenter. Interior designer, business, and a carpenter.
Yep, male dominated industry.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, and it's not that we have anything against the guys, but
No.
yeah, the men unfortunately have sort of like the women were pushed to the side for so long that now we have to. The name of her company was Decorative Solutions. Yeah, and it's time for us to shine our own light. And this is what you did: is you knew in your mind, in your heart, and your passion was to create this, and you did.
Yeah.
And I think that's an amazing thing because, like you said, it's not only just about women, but it's about African American women. It's about women with who are visible minorities. Just like, no, I can do it. Just because I got boobs and my skin's a little darker than yours doesn't mean I can't do it. Probably means I can do a better job than you can. So,
And, truly for me, it's just about women. I was an
yeah,
invited speaker, and I spoke on Capitol Hill 3 times in the late '90s and the early millennial. And
okay,
it was really about just women in general. Women are paid less. Women
yep,
contractors or business owners are could be the same business as a man. but if they know it's owned by women, they try to maneuver the pricing down. There's all kind of ways that things happen where there's, and this is not a gender equality talk by no means, but where
No.
women really need to step in and be fierce, fearless, and unstoppable. And another thing, I share this really quick story, which really was funny. I was at a big meeting in New York, Long Island, New York, with a very large financial institution. That's global. They were one of our very first customers, and is still our customer today. Out of in We handle their West Coast stuff. Anyways, I'm in this meeting and they're waiting for the meeting to start. And so my husband was my business partner at the time. He ran all my projects, and they knew him. So they're like, asking me, "Can you go get us some paper? Can you go get us some coffee? Can you go get this?" And so they're like, they go to him and they're like, "Well, Daryl, when's Rochelle going to show up for the meeting?" Because I'm the chief executive officer of the corporation.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Oh, well, she's the girl you've been having running around going to get the coffee and the paper and the notepad and all that kind of stuff." And they were like, "Oh my God, we're so," and they're like, "Why didn't you say something?" And I said, "Well, because I wanted everybody to make sure they had everything that they needed, because when I get through with my presentation, I just want you to be able to sign with that pen that I got you from
There
the
you go. Yeah,
fair
yeah. Do not want you getting up in the
contract."
middle to go grab yourself a coffee. Just sit down, push, listen to what I got to say. Yeah, yeah. Gina put in the chat room, if someone else can do it, so can you. Or we can get a mule to do it. I know a few mules.
It's funny, but yeah, it's just, so another different way that I was being fierce for. I could have been real icky with it,
Yeah,
but it was another way, and we did get that contract. It was an
yeah.
eight
And it
fifty
also shows you,
contract.
yeah, and it also gets for you to see what they're like when they don't realize you're around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
it's like that TV show, The Undercover Boss.
yes,
They don't know what's happening down there until they get down there and see exactly. So yeah, that was
exactly.
interesting. Oh, nice. Okay, we only got like 8 minutes left. All right. Um, why are you so passionate about sharing the wisdom behind being fierce, fearless, and unstoppable?
I'm really passionate about that, because I know how hard women work.
Mm-hmm.
Know the roles we do and the jobs we're assigned and the tasks that we're given, and we don't always get recognition or credit for that. And it's not necessarily seeking recognition, but it's people recognizing that women do have power,
Yep.
um, that we are smart, that we are intelligent, that we are capable of doing a job that a man does. Sometimes, I mean, I'm going to put it, we are capable of doing a job that a man does just as
Mm,
good, and sometimes, many times than not, better, because of
yeah.
our sense of bringing things together and cohesiveness.
Yep.
Now, this is a perfect time for us as women around the world to unite and embrace each other's mission to make the world a better place, starting with our communities and our
Yeah.
cities, our states, and our countries, right? This is a perfect time. There's been so much going on around, not just in the United States and Canada, but around the world,
Oh
that
yeah.
are bringing women to the forefront of things. Women are tired of staying 2 steps behind. We want to have that equal playing stance.
Yeah.
We want to be in front in the position that we deserve. And so now it's time. And I think this is also a very right time for us to come together collectively to
Yeah.
inspire, empower, of course, connect, inspire, empower, motivate, and strengthen each other's connection to help us achieve and accomplish change to make the world a much better place going forward, for not only us moving forward, but for our future generations. So
Okay.
the reason I'm so passionate about this right now, because now is the time. I think
Yeah.
back, in the United States, we just had an election, and we've had our first woman
Vice P.
vice president, not only nominated but selected and voted in. And I,
Yep.
I think that's positive, because just probably 110 years ago, women
Well,
in the
if you
United States didn't
if
even
you
have a
look back,
vote.
yeah, if you look back at all the vice presidents, they were all men. They're not just white
Exactly.
men, but they were all men. So
Right.
she is starting. Is there somebody typing somewhere near you? Because
No,
Gina says it sounds like there's somebody typing. There's noise in the background. It sounds like
no,
typing
but
almost.
like you hear like it's like a static, but no,
Ah,
nothing.
okay. On the thing, it sounds like somebody's typing, furiously typing notes to you. Gina also wants to know, do you have any sisters?
Huh?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, now I
Oh,
can.
okay. Do you have any sisters?
No, I'm the only girl in my whole entire family. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so you kind of figure some of this energy. I've always been surrounded by boys all my life. I'm the only grandchild. I'm sorry, the only granddaughter on both sides of my family. So I've always been surrounded by boys, and I love boys. I love the energy. Even when I was growing up, I hung out with mostly guys. Had a few
Mm-hmm.
girls, my girls. We did our girl stuff, but I hung out with mostly guys. I like all kinds of sports. I'm a huge sports fan, and I think I just
Gina
grew
says,
up
aha, makes sense.
how I just grew up learning how to deal with boys, the male energy. So
Yeah,
it makes sense that I kind of fell into kind of my pathways and have been able to deal with the energy and with dealing with the guys, so to speak, as well as women. I mean, but yeah, I'm the only girl. But
yeah, that family is
very
blessed.
girly. I'm very, very, very girly. So, um, but I can channel that male energy when I need to.
I think we all can. I think
Yes.
we all can. And I think that's funny because women are not afraid of channeling that male energy, but men are so fearful about channeling that female energy, that soft side. Not all men, but some men are afraid to show that soft side. It's like, dude, show that soft side because we're gonna kick your butts.
That, exactly, right? They shouldn't be afraid because that is a natural essence and natural part of them. They are, made of created in birth, so to speak, developed inside of a woman. So it would be natural for them to have some feminine from some feminine qualities. It's a balance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are at the end of the show, and we will try and book you again, and maybe I'll make the show a little bit longer so we can have more time to learn a little bit more. Now, okay, everybody, go to her website. It's in the chat room. Gina put it in. Blissful Living, the number 4 and the letter U.com. Find her on Facebook, which is Rochel Lawson. On Twitter and Instagram, you are Rochel Marie Lawson. No, just Rochel Lawson, at Rochel Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to take a double take there. But you need to, yeah, Dave says, not here. He says, yin and a yang. Thank you, Dave. You're adorable. So go check her out, follow her. If you have any questions, email her. It's not difficult to get a hold of people when you want to. And if you missed all this information, find me on Facebook and I will give you all of our digits. But what I'm going to do at the end of this show is before I upload the video, the audio section, I'm going to put your links into the chat room on Facebook and on YouTube. So anybody they can just follow the link right away.
Sounds great. Thank you, Mama D.
It is going to be fun. Thank you, Gina. For the number 4, the letter U.com. We will see you all next week. Everybody, try and behave yourself. Okay, especially the boys. How mischievous. Bye, everyone.